jump rope and progressing into double unders, because I know that is a significant thing that so many CrossFitters and athletes in general want to build back into, and just high impact in general. So from box jumps to running to just more dynamic plyometric drills, jump rope is a good way to start to reintegrate that dynamic response of the pelvic floor. We can't just think about like lengthening and shortening. We have to have the pelvic floor and our core system feel secure when you're not thinking about it, right? You don't want to be overkilling how much you're thinking about your abs and vagina when you're doing jump rope. That's not practical. But what we can do here is start with like a pretend jump rope. So she's just not even gonna like move the rope around, just try to get her rhythm here, where there's like a small exhale on her land. Right? Because that's kind of training her abs as she comes up on her toes and then to her heels to absorb that force, right? You want to kind of give your body a predisposition to that impact. As she moves into jump rope, so go ahead and do like maybe 10 jumps right now. I want to think about her eyes looking out here. So if I'm going to draw a line, like basically to here. A lot of people when they do double unders tend to look up and really arch their rib cage, or just jump rope in general. So adjusting her eyes keeps her abs and her glutes in a really good position to absorb that kind of impact. So go ahead again. Good. And I want you to kind of look up above. Yeah. Look at what her butt did when she looked up like that, and now come down, like look at your eyes. Good. And then kind of think about just breathing more. It doesn't have to be with every revolution, just like an exhale here and there. Good. So she's going to be jumping, thinking like, right, just to solicit that response. It's her getting her brain on board with her body. Another thing to consider is you don't want to go from 0 to 40 jumps, right? You want to build your capacity. You can do that by picking a small number of reps, like 5 reps. Or you can say, I'm going to jump rope for 10 seconds and then give my body at least 20 to 30 seconds to reset and recover. And then I'm going to try it again. That is how you build more dynamic capacity with something like this, especially when, whether you have symptoms or not, it's still rebuilding that pattern and not creating symptoms or making them worse. Okay? Because something that's really common is I'm just going to squeeze my butt and my vagina when I jump. Do you feel like we do that sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we do that, it's almost like a protective mechanism to just kind of hold tension there, thinking that that's going to stop you from peeing, or if you have any pain or prolapse, that heaviness feeling, we just kind of grip and hold on. So what adjusting the eyes does, and then telling your brain just like, okay, exhale, 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 that is what helps you kind of distribute that tension better than what it was before. So once you've built capacity with just normal jump rope, you can go into double unders, and again, keeping that volume low. So let's just do a few, whatever you're comfortable with here. Good. And you're gonna do that all the time when you're trying to get back into this and build a new strategy. You wanna think about landing, go ahead and reset. Because you can kind of hear her land, right? And it's like heavy. And that means she's having to think really hard. She's trying really hard to do this well, and it's right, and you all are going to be doing that as well. So only do a few reps at a time and then reset. This time I want her to think about landing a little bit lighter, right? A little bit lighter. That's less force on her vagina. Yep. And did you see what she naturally did without saying anything? I told her to land lighter, and her eyes, her head, and her rib cage adjusted. So there's little things that you can be cognizant of, that rib cage position, where your eyes are, how you're breathing, where you're holding tension, all of those things can, and it's gonna be different for every single person. That's why knowing your own tendencies or working with a coach who can see them really makes a big difference. But we can do so much from the outside in, because so many women struggle with incontinence when doing double unders. This is not just pregnancy or postpartum. This is because we're conditioned to kind of hold our abs in and then create a lot of tension here and then jump and then our position. All of that is just hard for the pelvic floor. So go ahead and do 5 more double unders if you can, or approximately that. Good. Eyes down a little bit. Good. Way better. Nice job.